Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Crack JE in English, the channel of an academy. Alright, so let me check my voice first. Alright, so I think okay, so I'll start with my introduction. The voice is so start with my introduction. I am Jitendra Dikshit. I did my BTech from IIT Kanpur and I have been mentoring IIT JE aspirants for last 11 years. Perfect. Voice is okay. So today we are going to continue quadratic equations, and quadratic equations will do nature of roots. So we'll understand when roots are imaginary, when roots are real, okay? All the conditions for nature of the roots. And after that we'll do condition for rational roots and integral roots, okay? So that we will do in next session. Today we'll cover only real and imaginary roots condition for real and imaginary roots, all right? But before the beginning, let me tell you about the Unacademy subscription. So as you know, Unacademy is India's largest online learning platform. And when you get the subscription for IIT JE, okay, so here I'm talking about IIT JE, you can prepare for many exams on this platform, the channel of Unacademy, Unacademy Plus. But I'll discuss about IIT JE. So if you get the subscription for IIT JE, then what are the things you get? I'll tell you first those things. So you can see when you get the subscription, then you get access to daily live classes. All right, access to daily live classes. 1 minute. Just a minute. All right, so when you get the subscription, you get access to daily live classes of all the JE educators. All right, the live sessions and recorded sessions also. All right, so daily live classes means whoever is taking physics, chemistry and maths, you can follow. Now you can watch all the live classes, then but you can follow the set of educators of your choice. Okay, you can get the feel of the platform by attending the special classes which are free. So you can download the Unacademy's learning app and you can watch this special classes of any educator, any educator. For that you do not need the subscription. All right, that you can watch directly. All right, so that feature is there. And also during the live session of educators, you can interact with educator through chat. You can send your doubts, so you can clear your doubts also. There are dedicated doubt sessions also which you can attend. So there are many things. I mean, you'll get, this is like unlimited access. Okay, unlimited access. Okay, there's no restriction that you need to attend this particular batch or that particular batch. You can choose your batches. Okay, every week there are many batches starting on the platform, so you can join a new fresh batch for beginning your preparation for IIT JE. Live tests and quizzes are also accessible to you once you get the subscription. So all live tests and all quizzes, okay, will be available. All these courses are well structured. That means everything is pre-planned, so you get to know the information of all the upcoming exams in advance. Okay, so you can see the schedule of all the upcoming lectures. All right, this unlimited access you get once you are subscribed to IIT JE. Now let me tell you about the Unacademy's learning app. You can download this app from Play Store, and after downloading you can get the subscription for 1 month, 3 months, 6 and 12 months, 12 and 24 months. All right, but let me also tell you that this price is going to be changed soon. So there's a price hike. I'll tell you the new list. But current price list is this, and you can you can get the subscription now if you haven't got the subscription, because I'll tell you the new price list and you can compare. So obviously it is already it is very low, so you should buy it now. You can see this price list which is given is with 10% off. All right, you can see all these prices are with 10% discount. So you can get this discount using my code. My code is JEET1. So if you use this code, you'll get instant 10% discount. All right. One more thing, let's compare the current, and let me tell you the current price list. And this is the current price list which I was showing you in the previous slide, and this is the new price list. All right. So you can compare this. This is going to be new price of 1 year, and this is going to be the new price of 2 years, and that too after 10% discount. This is the discounted price I'm telling you. Without discount, it is like this. Okay, 38,500 and 56,000. So 1 month price first of all is increasing. It is 5,400 now. Now it is going to be 6,300, and also you can see 2 years price is 6 times of X. It is now going to be 8 times of X, right? All right. So there's a huge difference. So if you haven't taken the subscription, you should take it now. Okay. So this is about the subscription. Now let us start our topic, quadratic equations. Okay. So today we'll discuss nature of roots. Let me check the voice again before this starting. So nature of roots. All right, it's perfect. So in nature of roots, what we do, we try to derive the condition when this quadratic equation has real roots or imaginary roots. All right, real and distinct and real and imaginary. So I have already told you in the previous session that ax square plus bx plus c, this is the quadratic equation, is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. A is not equal to 0. All right. So this has two roots. All right. 2-degree equation has two roots. So two roots are, what are the roots? 1 minute. Okay. So what are the roots? So we got the values. X is equal to minus b plus minus of under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. All right. So this is the formula for roots. So we have two roots, and you can see a, b, c are real numbers because we are dealing with real quadratic, real polynomials. So a, b, c, which are also called coefficients, are real numbers here, right? Belong to real numbers. Hello Dhruv. Hello. So these numbers belong to real numbers. So you can see we can derive the condition using this formula only for real roots and imaginary roots. Okay, so let us talk about imaginary numbers first of all. So whenever you have a negative number inside the square root, it becomes an imaginary number, right? Imaginary number. But if you have a positive number inside, positive or 0, under root of 0 is 0, positive number, then this is a real number, right? Real number. Real and positive also. If it has plus sign, then it is positive, and minus sign, then negative, and no sign, then it is considered as positive. All right. So you can see what is there in this expression inside the square root, b square minus 4ac. Okay, this thing is real, b is real, a is real and non-zero. So real plus real is real, real plus imaginary is complex numbers, right? So real plus real is real, real minus real is real, real upon real is real, provided denominator is not 0, which is not the case in this case, right? Denominator is non-zero. So if this number, which is under root of b square minus 4ac, that becomes, this is Dhruv for, this is basic, quadratic equations. So basics you can use anywhere in any exams, right? But if you ask me that the questions are of IMO, INMO level or RMO level, then no. Not of that level, because we are doing the basic things, okay? Slowly we are increasing it up to IIT JEE level. So obviously no. But yes, if you don't know the basics, then you can watch this. You can attend this. Alright. So, this b square minus 4ac, we call it discriminant, right? So we write this number as d or delta, whatever you want to write. Generally we use d or delta, okay? What is this number called? B square minus 4ac, discriminant. Okay. So if discriminant is more than 0, then you can see this under root of b square minus 4ac will be a real number, and then real plus real will be a real number. All right. So my first condition is if d is more than 0. D is more than 0, or you can write b square minus 4ac is more than 0, then roots of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 will be real and distinct also. Why distinct? Distinct because you can see one root will be minus b plus something and other root will be minus b minus something. So you'll get two distinct numbers because you are adding a number to b, to minus b, and subtracting the same number to minus b. So obviously you get two distinct values. Okay. So in this case, when discriminant is more than 0, roots are real and distinct. Okay. So distinct is also there. But if discriminant becomes 0, then what happens? See, discriminant means b square minus 4ac, okay? So if b square minus 4ac becomes 0, then you can see this number will be 0 and roots will become x is equal to plus minus of b upon 2a, because second part is 0 now. So both roots will be minus b by a, right? Both roots will be minus b by a. So in this case, roots are real. Roots of same equation we are talking about, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Roots are real and equal, okay? We call it repeated roots because quadratic equation always has two roots. So roots will be real and equal, all right? So first condition was for real and distinct roots. This is for real and equal roots. One more thing, let me tell you. When discriminant of a quadratic equation becomes 0, it becomes a perfect square. All right, it becomes a perfect square because quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c can be written as a times of x minus alpha into x minus beta. Okay, we'll learn this later in detail also. So first you try to understand this thing. So whenever you have ax square plus bx plus c and roots of this are alpha and beta, then you can write a times of x minus alpha into x minus beta. Now see, if beta becomes equal to alpha and beta are same, then this will become a perfect square. Okay, if alpha is equal to beta, then you can write this a into x minus alpha the whole square. So this quadratic expression becomes a perfect square when discriminant is 0. Okay, so you need to remember this condition also, because sometimes they ask in the questions that this quadratic equation is a perfect square, then find the value of some parameter they put in the coefficients. Okay, so I'll write it here as an important point to note. So point is, if discriminant is 0 of ax square plus bx plus c, then it becomes a perfect square. So it becomes a perfect square. Okay, I'll tell you through one example, but before that let us also write the condition for imaginary roots. All right, so when this roots will be imaginary, whenever this is under root of a negative number, and what is inside the under root? B square minus 4ac. All right, so if this b square minus 4ac becomes negative, if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then roots of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 will be imaginary. All right, so roots will be. Tejinder, hello. Where are you from, Tejinder, and which class? All right, so you can see b square minus 4ac, then roots of this quadratic will be imaginary. So for example, let me give you one example. If I say if x square minus kx plus 3 is equal to 0 has imaginary roots. Imaginary roots. Then find k. Find k. Okay, so we need to find k if roots of this are imaginary, alright? Alright, so let's solve it. Let's solve it for k. We know the condition now. What is the condition? Condition is that if discriminant of this should be less than 0, right? For imaginary roots. So what is the discriminant? Discriminant, let's write this. A is 1 in this, coefficient of x square, b is equal to minus k, and c is equal to 3, right? So now let's solve it. It will be k square, b square minus k square is k square, minus 4ac, so minus 12 is less than 0. So you'll get this k square is less than 12, and then further you can solve it directly. K is less than root 12 and greater than minus root 12, okay? So if k belongs to this interval, we have got the values of k. So if k belongs to minus root 12 to plus root 12, then roots of the given equation will be imaginary roots, alright? So this was the solution. Now let us take one more, let me give you one more example. So now question is, suppose if it is given if x square minus 2kx plus say 4, okay, it's a simple example, is a perfect square, is a perfect square, is a perfect square, then find k. All right, so you can find k easily if it is a perfect square. You know what was the condition for a quadratic expression to be a perfect square? Discriminant of that quadratic should be 0. So we'll write discriminant of this quadratic is equal to 0. So what is the discriminant? Discriminant is 2k, the whole square, minus 4ac. So minus 4 into 4 is equal to 0. So by putting this is equal to 0, you'll get k square is equal to 4. And when k square is equal to 4, so k is equal to plus minus of root 4. And that is plus root 4 is plus 2 and minus root 4 is minus 2. So it will be k is equal to plus minus of 2. K is equal to plus minus of 2. So this was another example. So this way you can make a quadratic expression a perfect square. Okay. So this was about the nature of roots. That is the theory. Theory of rational roots, and we'll discuss about irrational roots, rational roots, and integral roots tomorrow. Today we'll practice questions based on this only. Okay. Nature of roots, in which we'll see when roots are real and when roots are imaginary. Okay. Questions based on that. So let's start the first question. This is the first sum. Try this particular sum, and then we'll discuss. Roots of this equation are, okay. So this type of questions are asked in JEE Main and Advanced. Although this is a very basic topic, so I won't say this as an advanced level question, but yes, it's a good question for the beginners. It has a good point actually. In this particular question has a good point. Alright, so you try it for a minute, then I'll tell you the solution. Write the discriminant and check. You can check it through discriminant, okay? Yeah, and nothing is given about ABC. Yes, let me give you that ABC are real numbers, okay? They should be real numbers. Okay. So today whatever problem we will do, coefficients will be real only, all right? If it is not given, then you can assume it, okay? In the question, like JEE in question, if question is of JEE Advanced, then it will be certainly given in the question paper that ABC are real numbers, okay? They make everything clear, right? Anyway, we'll also write, but by mistake, if it is not given in the question, I'll mention it, okay? All right, so let's check. Let's start this problem. So we'll write the discriminant first. We need to check whether discriminant is positive, zero, or negative. Okay. So whenever we need to check in real and distinct, imaginary, real, and can't say, that means we need to check discriminant. Okay. So we have got this point. So right, discriminant is 2 times of a plus b plus c, the whole square, minus 4ac. So minus 4 times of ab, all right, plus bc plus ca. All right. This is the discriminant. 4 you can take common, so 4 is common, or you can take 2 common. All right. uh, mm, ठीक है, all right, let's take 4 common. So it will be a square plus b square plus c square, and this will be plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. All right, and you have minus ab minus bc minus ca. So we have got this expression. Can we say this is positive, always positive, or always negative? Can't say means this expression might be positive or might be negative for some values of a, b, c. That means you can't say something certainly. All right. So you can't say roots are real or distinct. It might be imaginary. You can't say roots are imaginary because they can be real. All right. So we need to conclude this. Okay. If roots are real or imaginary. So I'll write this expression as a square plus b square plus c square plus ab plus bc plus ca. Now, how to prove that this expression is either always positive or always negative? Because certainly it is not always negative. Why? Because if A, B, C are positive, then obviously this expression will be positive because you can't see any negative sign in this. All right. So obviously it is positive for some values of A, B, C. It might be negative. So that we need to check. Okay. So how to check it? Let me tell you. It's a very important expression. Take this 2 inside. Okay. So this is 2a square now plus 2b square plus 2c square plus 2ab plus 2bc and plus 2ca. All right. Then after writing this, it will be 2 times of, see, take 1a square, 1b square plus 2ab. In basic mathematics, I have told you about this expression. So I'm repeating the same here. B square plus c square plus 2bc. 1a square and 1c square are remaining. So write those terms, a square plus c square plus 2ac. Now you can see these are basically perfect squares which are written inside the circular brackets. Okay. So this discriminant can be written as 1 by 2 of a plus b the whole square plus b plus c the whole square plus c plus a the whole square. All right, this. So this is always positive, right? Can we say it now? Yes, we can say this is always positive. And can it be zero? Can it be zero? Okay. So that depends. That depends whether a, b, c are zero or not. So this expression a plus b the whole square, b plus c the whole square, and c plus a the whole square becomes zero if all the numbers a, b, and c are zero. All right. Otherwise, it won't be zero because all three perfect squares must be zero individually. And if a plus b is zero and b plus c is zero and c plus a is equal to zero, so that happens when a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to zero. All right. So it can be whenever a plus b, a and b and c are zero, roots will be repeated. Otherwise, roots will be real. So can we say real and distinct? No, because the roots can be real equal also, right? So we won't take this question, not imaginary, and roots are real. This is okay. This includes real and distinct, real and equal. Okay, so you can say real. Roots are real. So this was the first sum. I hope it is clear. Now let's move to another problem. If roots of the equation ax square plus b, ax square plus x plus b is equal to 0 be real and unequal. In this case, roots are given unequal also, distinct. Then the roots of the equation x square minus 4 times of under root of ab into x plus 1. So we need to find the roots of this equation. Options are always same: rational, irrational, okay, rational, real or imaginary. We'll see. Rational is simple. Whenever you have under root of b square minus 4ac and b square minus 4ac becomes a perfect square. So that will be a rational number, and uh, with that, if b and a are also given rational numbers, then overall roots will be rational. So I'll tell you the condition of rational numbers in detail later. First, let's check how to solve this. Try this one. All right. Okay, so I'll start. If roots of the equation be real, that means write the discriminant of this, ax square plus x plus b is equal to 0. So discriminant of this will be 1 minus 4ab, all right? So if discriminant of this is more than 0, real and unequal, so discriminant should be more than 0. That means we have got 4ab is less than 1, okay? This is given actually, okay? So when he was saying that roots of the given equation are real and unequal, so we have applied this condition that discriminant of that quadratic should be more than or not or sorry more than 0 because they are distinct, so it should be more than 0 only. And from that we have got 4ab is less than 1. All right, 4ab is less than 1. Now we need to check the discriminant of this another equation, x square minus 4 under root of ab, okay, plus into x plus 1. So we can conclude about the discriminant of this second quadratic using the discriminant of the first, okay? That is a relation basically in a and b which is given, okay, through that quadratic. So if I write the discriminant of this quadratic, which is 4 root ab, the whole square b square minus 4ac is 4, all right? So you can take 4 common and this will be 4ab minus 1. So 4ab minus 1 will be negative because 4ab is less than 1, so this is negative. That means roots of this second quadratic will be imaginary, all right? So roots of this second quadratic will be imaginary. So I hope it is clear, right? So he has given us one information through one quadratic that roots of that quadratic are positive, real and unequal. So through which we have got a relation in A and B. And using that relation, we can say that discriminant of the second quadratic is negative. So we can say roots of the second quadratic are imaginary. All right. Let's move to another problem. So this is our third problem. Let's solve it. Again, roots of one quadratic equation are given imaginary, and then we need to figure out the roots of the another quadratic equation. So it's a similar problem. That means we need to write the discriminant of the first, then we should get a relation in A, B, and C, and using that relation we can write the, we can find the nature of the roots of second quadratic. All right. So let's try this. Try this for a minute, then I'll discuss with you. All right. So if roots of this equation are imaginary, so that means discriminant of ax square plus 2 times of a plus b into x plus a plus 2b plus c is equal to 0 will be negative. will be negative. So let's write the discriminant. It will be 2 times of a plus b, the whole square, sorry, minus 4ac, so minus 4 times of a into a plus 2b plus c, all right, is less than 0. So discriminant is less than 0. You can divide by 4. This is a 4 and this is also a 4. So you can divide by a positive number. So it will be a square, expand a plus b whole square. So a square plus b square plus 2ab minus, it is now a into a is a square. A into 2b is minus 2ab, alright. And then a into c is minus ac, is given less than 0. So what are we getting? We are getting this a square will get cancelled. 2ab, yeah, 2ab will also get cancelled, and we will be getting b square minus ac is less than 0, all right, b square minus ac. So this is a relation we have got, okay, b square is less than ac or b square minus ac. Now let's write the discriminant of this quadratic. Ax square plus 2bx plus c, to get the nature of the roots, all right. So if I write the discriminant of this quadratic, it will be 2b the whole square minus 4ac, all right. So you can take 4 common, it will be b square minus ac, and this is a positive number, and b square minus 4ac is a negative number. You can see this equation number 1, all right. So overall this number is less than 0, hence roots of the second quadratic will be imaginary again, okay. So roots of the second quadratic are imaginary again. So this was the third problem. Now let's solve question number 4. So this is another problem. If a and b are the odd integers, then roots of this equation will be, all right. So again we need to find the nature of the roots. So just check the discriminant, simple manipulation, and then you can figure it out. Tell me the answer. Somebody tell me the answer. What is the nature of the roots of this equation? Rational, irrational, no real, non-real, equal. Okay, so discriminant will be 2a plus b, the whole square, b square minus 4ac. So I'm writing the discriminant directly, and then we'll see 2a into b, all right, a into c. So b square minus 4ac, this is the discriminant, all right. Now let's check if we can conclude whether this discriminant is 0 or positive or negative, okay, anything, or a perfect square to get rational or irrational, all right. So this is 4a square plus b square plus 4ab, all right, minus 8ab. So it will be 4a square plus b square minus 4ab, all right. So it will be, can you see it's a perfect square again. So it is 2a minus b the whole square. So discriminant is a perfect square, that means roots will be real, all right. And also a and b are odd integers, so that means a and b are integers, that means this number is an integer, this number is also an integer. So if I write the roots, because mm, uh, two options are given, option of real is not given, okay. So option of rational and irrational are given, That means we need to check the roots, whether roots are rational or irrational. So I'll tell you here only, then condition will write later. We know that roots are minus b plus minus under root of, okay. So let's put the value. Discriminant is 2a minus b the whole square divided by, this is for class 11th quadratic equations, all right. And divided by 2a. So 2a is 4a actually, all right. So this will be minus b plus minus of 2a minus b will be out. You can take mod also if you want, doesn't matter. Okay, anyways it is going to be, because you have plus minus, so you can uh, remove this mod because you already have plus sign and minus sign. So you need to consider both. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Divided by 4a. So you can see a, b and c, a, b and b are integers actually. Odd or even doesn't matter. So this is an integer, this is an integer, this is an integer. So integer plus integer is an integer. Integer minus integer is also an integer. Okay. And denominator is also an integer. So integer upon integer will be a rational number, right? So it is a rational number. So we can conclude that roots are rational numbers. All right. Now let's try another problem. So this is question number 5. Okay, try this particular sum. Try this sum again. Try to find out the nature of the roots. Then I'll discuss with you. Check the discriminant. These questions are good for boards actually, and in exam like CET, state level exams. These questions are important. In fact, you can expect one of such question in JEE Main also, all right? Because in JEE Main, sometimes they ask very easy questions. So this is a very basic level. So let's do this practice session. And tomorrow when we'll do rational roots and irrational, integral roots, rational and irrational, then questions from that particular topic are slightly challenging, okay? So we'll do challenging problems tomorrow in our next session. All right. All right, so let's check the discriminant then. We can check the discriminant. So it will be discriminant of this quadratic is equal to twice of BC plus AD, the whole square, minus 4 times of A square plus B square into C square plus D square. All right, this, and by writing the discriminant, now we need to check whether discriminant is a perfect square, positive, or it can be negative. Oh, I'm sorry. In this, it is given that roots are equal. So that means discriminant should be 0. We need to find a relation in A, B, and C, D. Okay. In this question, we need to find a relation. Roots are already given equal. All right. So roots are given. That means discriminant is 0. So, all right. Okay. We'll simplify this equation. So divide by 4. Divide by 4. So after dividing by 4, we'll get BC plus AD the whole square, and let's expand this also. So we'll get BC the whole square plus AD the whole square plus twice of BCAD minus. Okay, now expand this also. So it will be A square C square. All right. a square c square plus a square d square plus b square c square plus b square d square. All right, this one. Okay, so if I open it, then I can see BC square and BC square, AD square and AD square will get cancelled. All right. So now whatever are the remaining terms, let's write those terms. So we'll get 2 BCAD minus AC the whole square minus BD the whole square. And can you see it's a perfect square? Just divide by minus. You can write this equation as BD the whole square plus AC the whole square minus 2ABCD. You can write twice of BD into AC. So now you can read this equation as x square plus y square minus 2xy, right? So it's a perfect square, right? So it's a perfect square, and perfect square of what? Perfect square of BD minus AC or AC minus BD, whatever you want, right? Whether you write A minus BD whole square or B minus A the whole square, both are same, right? So from this, now you get BD is equal to AC, all right? So this is the relation we are getting from the given condition. All right. So BD is equal to AC. Let's check which option is correct. BD is equal to AC. So option B is correct. So this was the problem. All right. Now let's solve another one. For what value of m, the roots of this equation are non-real. Non-real roots. Non-real means imaginary, not real. All right. So it is a similar question which we have done in the example. All right. So do it fast. Try to find the values. See if you can figure it out. All right. For what value of m, roots of this equation are non-real. All right, so roots are non-real when discriminant is less than 0. So let's solve it. Okay, let's solve it. So discriminant is equal to b square, so which is minus 1 square minus 4a is 1 and c is m is less than 0. So it will be 1 minus 4m is less than 0. So it was extremely simple actually. So m is greater than 1 by 4. 4m is greater than 1. So m is greater than 1 by 4. So the answer will be A. A option, 1 by 4 to infinity. Okay. So m belongs to, because m is greater than 1 by 4. So m belongs to 1 by 4 to infinity. All right. If roots of both the equations are real, then if roots of both the equations are real, then you need to find a relation in PQRN, PQR, all right, PQ and R. Equation of both roots. It's a good question. So a logical one, you need to apply a simple logic. So I hope you will be able to find it. What's the logic behind this? Try it for a minute, then I'll tell you. All right, so let's start it. Roots of this equation are real, all right. So roots are real. That means discriminant of first one I'm writing d1. So that can be written as 2q the whole square minus 4 into p into r. All right, p into r. This should be 0, real, sorry. So more than or equal to 0. So from this you'll get q square. You can divide by 4. This is 4 and this is again 4. So you can divide by 4. 4 is a positive number. So obviously you can divide by it. So it will be q square minus pr is more than or equal to 0. So you're getting q square is more than or equal to pr. So this is the first relation we are writing. We have another one, discriminant of the second quadratic, which is d2 is equal to, so let's write d2. It will be twice of root pr the whole square, b square, with minus sign also. You can take minus sign, it is going to vanish, right? Minus 4ac, so it is 4 q into q, so it is q into q square is again more than or equal to 0. So from this you'll get, again in 4 you can divide by this 4, this is 4 2 square. So after dividing by 4 you'll get pr. From the pr is the first term minus q square as a second. All right, so from this what are you getting? You are getting now q square is less than or equal to pr, which is second relation. So now you can see q square is more than or equal to pr from the first one, and q square is equal to and this also, right? Because you can see and is here, this and this. So discriminant of first and discriminant of second both will be more than 0. So from first we are getting q square is more than equal to pr. From second we are getting q square is less than equal to pr. So that means what? That means what? That means that q square is equal to pr, because it can't be greater than and less than simultaneously, right? So only equality should hold. So q square is equal to pr. All right, so we have got this relation. Q square is equal to pr, which can be written as, what can you write to this? You can write p upon q is equal to q upon r. All right, so which is the correct? C is the correct answer. All right, C is the correct answer. So I hope it is clear. Now let's try another problem. Oh, this is a very logical problem. Try this problem without, without what? Try this one. Do not open it. Do not open it. Without opening, you need to tell the answer. Do not touch it. Do not even move your pen. Just look at the expression and answer. Okay. I can write because I need to explain it. So I'll use my pen, but you can answer it without using a pen. You can answer it without using your pen. That's a very logical question. Do not expand and do not write it in expanded form, ax square plus bx plus c, and then write the discriminant. No, not required. Think about the logic. Think about the logic. I think now perhaps you have got the logic right. All right, so whenever you have a perfect square, it is always positive, you know that, right? So x minus 1 the whole square plus x minus 2 the whole square plus x minus 3 the whole square. All three terms are positive terms. More than or equal to 0, they can be equal to also. More than or equal to 0, more than or equal to 0. You need to find out whether this, when for what value of x, this whole expression, that means sum of three perfect square, will be 0, right? So what is the logic? See, first expression will be 0 when x is equal to 1, but that time second and third will be a positive numbers, right? When x is equal to 2, middle term will become 0 and first and third will be positive numbers. When x is equal to 3, third will become 0 and first and 2 will be positive, right? So when x is equal to 1, 2 and 3, they are not 0 simultaneously, all three. That means left hand side is not 0 for 1, 2 and 3. Other than these three numbers, if you put any x, then first expression will be positive, second expression will be positive, and third will also be positive. So all three will be positive. All right. So that means for no real value of x, this is always this is always positive for all real values of x. I hope it is clear, right? I hope it is clear. So now let's do the another problem. Okay, so it's a perfect square. Do you remember the condition? Values of k for which this is a perfect square. If you remember the condition and apply it, it's very simple. What was the condition? What was the condition? So condition was, if this quadratic expression is a perfect square, then its discriminant should be 0. Roots should be repeated, equal. So what is discriminant? Discriminant of this is k plus 2, the whole square, minus 4 into 1 into 2k. Alright, is equal to 0. So you'll get k square plus 4 plus 4k minus 8k is equal to 0, and you'll get k minus 2, sorry, k square. Okay, let me write it again. One more step. Okay, so roots will be k square minus 4k and plus 4. So this is minus 4k is equal to 0, which is again a perfect square. K minus 2 the whole square is equal to 0. So you'll get k is equal to what? K is equal to 2. So you're getting k is equal to 2. Alright. So 2 is the answer. I hope it is clear. Now let's try this another problem. If roots of this equation are equal, then value of c. So you know how to apply the condition, right? Alright, so roots of this equation are equal. So that means you need to put discriminant is equal to 0. So put it, no problem, okay? So put the discriminant is equal to 0. So what is the discriminant? 2m into c, the whole square, minus 4, 1 plus m square into c square minus e square is equal to 0. So now expand this, it will be 4. You can divide by 4 actually. 4m square c square minus, okay, so I'm dividing this by 4, okay? You can remove this 4 in the whole equation. So only thing remaining will be so only thing remaining will be, now expand it, it will be c square, it will be minus m square a square, it will be minus plus m square c square, and 1 into this minus a square, all right, is equal to 0. So you can see this minus of minus will become positive, right? So plus m square a square, 1 minute. Oh, sorry, not this. All right. So this m square c square will get cancelled with this, okay? Minus because of this minus, right? So now remaining terms, let's write the remaining terms. So remaining terms will be, uh, distribute this minus sign, so minus c square plus m square a square and plus a square, all right, is equal to 0. Again, separate c because you need to find the value of c in terms of m and a. So c square is equal to what? M square 1 plus a square, And then c you can write is plus minus of m under root of 1 plus a square. All right. So this is the answer. Okay. All right. So which option is correct? Plus of under root of 1. So this option is correct. And do you have minus of also? No, minus is not given, so it's all right. Only positive value is given. So this option will be correct. Now this is again a logical question. So you can answer it easily. Like the previous one, without using pen, you can answer it. All right. Think, see, read it carefully and try to figure it out. What is the answer? Number of real roots, real. Okay, so I think you have got it right. A, B, C are positive numbers. So A is a positive number. That means what? That means A, x square is a positive number. B is a positive number. Mod of x is a positive number. So this is a positive number. This is a positive number. And plus C is also a positive number. Positive means ABC are positive. That means they are not zero. All right. So this is a positive, or this can be 0 when x is 0. This can also be 0 when x is 0, otherwise no. But this cannot be 0. C can never be 0. It is always positive. This is more than equal to 0. This is more than equal to 0. But this is more than 0. So that means their sum will be always positive, not even equal to. So it is never equal to 0. That means no real root. No real root. Alright. So that was the explanation. Let's do one more last problem. This is a pretty good problem. Try it. Just look at the quadratic in x, okay? We are talking about the values of x, okay? So what is the value of x which will satisfy this equation? See, this is a quadratic expression in x. This is a linear expression in x. This is a linear expression. This is again a quadratic expression, okay? So overall, this is nothing but a quadratic if you expand it, okay? So what are the values of x which will satisfy this equation? Oh, seems difficult, huh? Hmm. All right, let me explain. So when you see such factors, p minus q, q minus p, x minus p, right? And perfect square, such a big quadratic. Obviously, you don't need to expand it and then apply the formula to get the roots. No, no, not at all. Okay, that will take a lot of time. Just try to put some values in this, okay, by using hidden trial. So what are the possible values you should put are p, q, 0. You can always put like 0 you can put, and 0 is given in the option also. So it will be beneficial to check 0. And you can go with options also, right? P, Q, R, P plus Q plus R, because you need to check which x will satisfy this equation. But even putting the options might be lengthy, right? It's first option, putting first option, then you'll have to check, then second, then third. And if it is more than one correct type of question, then it is actually more than one correct type of question, okay? So let's see it. First, I'll put x is equal to p, okay? So put x is equal to p, see what happens. Put x is equal to p. So by putting x is equal to p, you'll be left hand side, it will be p minus p 0, 2 times of. This first term will become 0, second term will become 0, and third term will become q minus p, and this is also q minus p. So it will become q minus p the whole square. And what is right hand side? This is p minus q whole square, and q minus p the whole square. So 2 times of p minus q, because q minus p and p minus q whole square are same. All right, so they are same. And last term will become last term will become 0, this term will become 0 by putting x is equal to p. All right, so you can see LHS is equal to RHS. So yes, x is equal to p is a root. All right, x is equal to p is a root, but that is not given. Nikhil, hello Nikhil. So x is equal to p, but p is not given in the option. All right, p is not given in the option. Okay, so let's check q also, if whether q satisfies or not this equation. All right, so I will check for q also. Okay, so I'll put x is equal to q. X is equal to q. You can see, you can easily find the values of these expressions, because these factors you can see are written in terms of x minus p and x minus q. So if you put x is equal to q, you can easily find the value. So by putting x is equal to q, left hand side will be, see, this first term will again be 0. This will be 0, but this middle term will not be 0, right? So it will be p minus q, p minus q. So now it is twice of 0 plus p minus q the whole square plus 0, all right, is equal to p minus q the whole square, and this will be, again you're putting x is equal to q, right? So q minus p the whole square, and this will become 0, right? So plus q minus p the whole square, so it will be twice of p minus q the whole square again, right? When you, in the beginning, when you put x is equal to p, this will be 0 and this will be p minus q whole square, if I have mistakenly, I don't know. Okay, now this last term is 0 and this will be p minus q whole square. So again you're getting 2 times of p minus q whole square is equal to 2 times of p minus q whole square. So again x is equal to q is a root. All right, x is equal to q is a root. Oh, so we have got two roots, but both roots are not given in the option. Then how to find it out? Oh, now you should understand. If two values are satisfying this equation and those two values are not given, but the other values are given, that means it has more than two roots. And if it has more than two roots, then it must be an identity, right? Must be an identity. So certainly it is an identity, right? Then only option A, B, and C. Only two values of x. Yeah, D option is also given only two values of x. Okay, so okay, so D option might match. Okay, now let's check for some other value. If you check, if it is an identity, see, either you are lucky, you have got both the roots, or you are unlucky by getting these two roots, because if third value of x satisfy this equation, then option A, B, and C will be correct. All right, and D will be wrong. And if only these two satisfy, then D will be correct. A, B, C will be wrong. All right. So let's check one more value. And if third value satisfies, then as I told you, it will become an identity. And then any value of x will satisfy this equation. That means put any value of x in this equation to check whether third value satisfy or not. So I'm repeating this. If third value satisfies, then it becomes an identity. Then any value will satisfy. So by that logic, that means we can put any value in this to check the third value, the value of this expression, value of this, to check the equation whether it has third root or not. So I'm putting x is equal to 0 because that is the simplest thing to put. So if I put x is equal to 0, the first term will be twice of, you can see it will be minus p into minus q, so pq, all right. Then if you put x is equal to 0 in this, it will be p times of p minus q, and minus of, in this it will be q times of q minus p, all right. And right hand side it will be p minus q the whole square plus p square plus q square. Okay, so let's check, expand left hand side and expand right hand side also, so it will be 2pq plus 2p square minus 2pq, this pq into 2, minus q square, minus 2q square, I'm sorry, minus 2q square, and minus minus plus pq, so plus 2pq, all right, this. So getting this, and then this will be right hand side, it will be p square plus q square minus 2pq plus p square plus q square, all right. So let's see, this 2pq will get cancelled. In this you are getting 2p square minus 2q square plus 2pq, right? But right hand side you're getting 2p square plus 2q square minus 2pq, so obviously they are not same, all right. That means the third value does not satisfy this equation. So if third value does not satisfy, let me check it again. Yeah, so third value does not satisfy, that means it's not an identity. And if it is not an identity, so that means only two values of x will satisfy. All right, so that is the answer. I'll check the calculation again for x is equal to 0. So if I put x is equal to 0, it will be p into q positive into 2, so 2pq, yes, perfect. And if I put x is equal to 0, 0 in this, it will be p into p minus q, so p into p minus q, and this will be q into q minus p. Oh, I have put this negative sign extra. Okay, okay, there is a mistake, I think. This is plus, not minus. Okay, so plus. So plus is there. So, okay, so the answer might change. Answer might change. So it will be plus 2q square and minus 2p. Oh, actually it is correct. Actually it is correct. This will get cancelled, all right, and this pq will be there. Oh, so it's an identity actually. Yeah, it's an identity. I did a calculation error. So this is, now you can see, is 2p square plus 2q square minus 2pq, and this is also 2p square plus 2q square minus 2q, right? So it's an identity. It's an identity, that means all the values of x will satisfy. So A is correct, then B is correct, and then C is correct. All right, so all the options are correct. So I hope it is clear. We'll continue in next class the roots, rational roots, and integral roots. Condition for integral roots and rational roots. We'll discuss problems also, and those are very good problems actually. All right, so we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you for watching the video. And subscribe. Let's Crack J, and like my videos. All right, and use my code JEET1. So if you get to get the subscription on Unacademy Plus, and price is increasing, so do hurry up and take the subscription.